Good afternoon, everyone. I am your host, Emily Rio Barber, and welcome to our very first episode of Seafair Summer Talks. Now, a little bit about me. I am the current 2013 Miss Seafair. I'm 21 years old, and I was born and raised here in Seattle, so I absolutely love it here. I am currently studying at the University of Washington. I'll be a senior in the fall. Isn't that crazy? Time flies. And I'm studying communications. I have a really strong passion for broadcast media, so I'm learning with everything that I'm experiencing throughout Seafair. And I also work with UW-TV as a student production assistant. And I'm starting an internship with Seattle Channel. So it'll be a lot of fun. And I also love to swim, so I'm coaching a swim team this summer. So you'll see me around Seattle, definitely. And so, I know a lot of you are thinking, what is Miss Seafair? And how do you become this figure? Well, Miss Seafair is actually a spokeswoman for the Seafair Foundation and the summer festivals. So all the events you see throughout the summer and even throughout the year, I will be attending, and I'll get to kind of hang out with the pirates and clowns and just spread the Seafair spirit to everyone. So it's a lot of fun. Also, how I got to be Miss Seafair was actually through the Seafair Scholarship Program for women. So all women after the age of 18, once they turn 18 and graduate from high school, can attend and be a participant in this program. And what it does is it really builds professional development. And it helps you acquire skills in public speaking. It awards you for your academic achievements and really just gets you involved in communities. So it's been a lot of fun throughout last summer and throughout this year as Miss Seafair. And I love that I am able to do it again this year as Miss Seafair with the new participants. So it's been definitely a wonderful journey so far, and 2 more months left, so it's been great. And actually, just a little bit more about the show. It will be every Tuesday from 4:30 to 5 throughout the festival. So there are actually 8 episodes total, 1 per week, and I, Miss Seafair, will be hosting a different Seafair figure each week. So stay tuned because you never know, maybe a pirate, maybe a Blue Angels pilot, you never know, someone might come on, so definitely stay tuned with our social media to hear who's up next week. And so also, what we do through this episode and through this Seafair Summer Talk is just give people an opportunity to learn more about the festival and have a little more personal connection with everyone. So definitely feel free to hop on your own Google Plus accounts and ask questions. You can also type in your questions on the bottom of the screen as well. And so we are going to get started with a little question and answer. We have some questions. This first one is from Daniel, who lives in Seattle, and he's asking, how did you find out about Miss Seafair and the Seafair Scholarship Program for Women programs? And well, actually, born and raised in Seattle, I grew up with the Seafair Festival, growing up watching the parades and being at Pirates Landing, and just, I loved everything, and I've always wanted to be a princess in the parade ever since I was a little girl. So that's how I first heard about it. I kind of grew up watching this, and I just knew I always wanted to be that one day. So that's when I heard about the Seafair Scholarship Program for Women, and you know, I just love all the opportunities it allows for the participants. You really get to make connections with local business partners and really just help further your own career goals. So it's been a real blessing to be a part of this program. And yes, we have another question. This one's from Ashley, who lives in Kent. And she's asking, what was it like when you found out you won this prestigious Seafair title? Wow. For lack of better words, it was really a dream come true. As I mentioned, I have been watching the parades, the Torchlight Parade, ever since I was a little girl. And so being able to achieve something I've been wanting ever since I was little was just a really, really great accomplishment for me, and especially working so hard throughout the summer and at all of the competitions. It was a great achievement for me, and so I felt very accomplished. And you know, it's been incredible with all the events and just being able to put a smile on someone's face, on the next little girl's face. And so hopefully I can inspire other young women to want to be Miss Seafair one day as well. And we have a question. Dana from Seattle. Hello, Seattle 206. She is saying, explain what some of your responsibilities are as Miss Seafair throughout the year. And so, actually, right after coronation, there was a week of just welcoming the military, and we had a bunch of sponsored events. So I was able to go there and just thank all the volunteers, all the sponsors, and really show our appreciation for the armed forces. So that was a lot of fun, and getting to meet so many wonderful people through that. But also throughout the year, we have events like the Holiday Special People's Cruise, where I was able to sing carols and have lunch with people who are mentally disabled. And that was very humbling for me. And then also there's the, what else is there? We have Commodore banquets, and the Seafair Commodores actually raise money for the scholarship program. So they escort us through the parades. And so actually in the spring, we had the Daffodil Festival parades, which is 4 parades in one day. So let me tell you, that was a lot of fun. And the wind and rain, it added a great dramatic effect for our SS Commodore float. But yeah, so just being able to continue to spread the Seafair spirit and that message through all the parades and events. We also knight people. Just recently we went to the Ronald McDonald House and knighted a young girl named Brighton who is receiving treatment for her cancer. So it's great to be able to put a smile on people's face. And also, as a scholarship representative for the program, the scholarship program for women, I am able to go to the different elementary schools and talk to young students about seeking higher education and really striving for their future goals and their careers. And so that's a lot of fun. We get to bring the hydroplanes around and talk about the physics of hydroplane racing, along with David, who was also a hydroplane driver. So that's a lot of fun. And I also can share my passion for serving my community, and also my passion for music. So just encouraging people to find what they love and really help them kind of hone in on what makes them so unique. So that's been just incredible throughout this year. Allie from Mukilteo is asking, how has the Seafair Scholarship Program for Women helped you grow the most as a person? Well, I can't tell you how much I've grown throughout just this past year. The scholarship program alone has really helped me develop my professional networking skills and just helped me present myself in a more mature manner and help me to further my own career goals. I want to be a news anchor, so it's really helped me to step out of my comfort zone, helped me to hone in on public speaking skills, and really just have confidence and not be afraid to put myself out there and speak to you all. So it's been definitely a growing experience throughout this year. I also have learned the importance of volunteerism. Seafair would not be what it is today if it weren't for the thousands of volunteers who put their time and dedicate so much to Seafair each year to make it what it is today. And we wouldn't be the greatest festival in the world if it weren't for them. So just giving back to their communities. I also give back to my own community through the Concerns of Police Survivors and the Behind the Badge Foundation. Those two organizations are my community platform, and they're actually very dear to my heart because in 2006, my oldest brother, Seattle police officer Leto Barber, was killed in the line of duty. And so these two organizations really reach out to families of fallen officers and help them with financial and emotional support. So it's really been a journey to overcome the coping process, but it's definitely been a great help to have them as family and to really experience life's journey with them. So that's been a lot of fun, and I also, as a volunteer for that organization, I get to speak with new incoming survivors. And actually just last month, I went to Washington, D.C. for National Law Enforcement Memorial Week. So I was able to get to meet new families from all across the country and really make connections so that we can all help each other, even if it's not in person, even if it's online, but just anything to help them through the grieving process is what I'm here for, and it's what I love to do. So that's been fantastic. Kylie from Renton asked, what has been one of your craziest moments throughout your time as Miss Seafair? That is a great question, Kylie. I would have to say one of my craziest moments throughout my time as Miss Seafair, I wasn't actually dressed as Miss Seafair for this event, but Seafair was actually one of the organizations that helped coordinate the Seahawks celebration parade. So I was able to volunteer with the rest of the Seafair staff for that. And what they had me do, along with Joanne and Casey and a couple of other scholarship program for women committee chairs, is we were security. Get this, we were security for the armed forces. So originally, we were supposed to stand on the outer layer of the parade, and inside would be like the people from the Marines and the other armed forces that were there to volunteer, and we were all protecting the cars that drove the celebrities through the parade. And so we were able to be right next to the general manager, and that was just unbelievable. You would not believe how many people came to that. Every street corner, if you look up at the intersections, there were people 4 blocks up, just crowds of people, and so much energy. And so actually, it was just so lively that people kept pushing in towards the parade. And so eventually, the armed forces told us to stand in front of them because they didn't want us to get hurt. And let's be real, we're young women, and we're kind of fragile. So having us guard the armed forces was a little silly, but it was a lot of fun, and gosh, it was definitely one that I will always remember. So, again, go Seahawks. Gotta love our team. Hopefully we can bring home another championship next week. But that was definitely a crazy moment for me. And I think that parade actually lasted maybe 2.5 hours. It took me about 3 hours to get home that day. So you can imagine how many people were there. And I was also able to meet Coach Carroll, who is a sweetheart, let me tell you. So definitely one for the books. All right, Emily from Seattle is asking, what experience has impacted you the most throughout your term as Miss Seafair? Well, an experience that has really impacted me, I would have to say, I'm going to talk about this again, the Ronald McDonald House. Last year, also, when I was a scholarship participant, we also knighted a young boy named Trevor, who was receiving treatment for his cancer. And so it's really humbling to get to see so many young individuals who have such strength and courage, because I don't know how I would handle that, and they really take on life with a strong persona, and they just really take in every moment. And so that's really, it's a blessing that I am healthy, and so it kind of taught me that I really need to cherish each day like they are. And they smile about everything. They're so positive. And so that's really a way to live through life. Got to be positive, because there's just no time to be negative. It doesn't do good for anyone. So really just live in the moment every second of every day. And we have another question. This one is from Jake, who lives in Northgate. And he's asking, when you're not making appearances as Miss Seafair, what do you like to do in your free time? Well, in what little free time I have this year, I actually love singing. So I'm in UW's gospel choir. I also coach the swim team, a summer league. Right now I'm coaching with Medgar Evers. And so I just love to work with kids and get to share my experiences growing up at the pools and competing. So it's really great to share, goal-setting skills with them and help them develop those throughout their time with Medgar Evers. I also love to dance Zumba. It's an exercise dance program that me and my mom love to do every weekend. So, little fun things like that, hanging out with the family. I just, I love hanging out with people and doing my passion for singing. So those have been great. Joanne from Burien is asking, what advice would you give to future Miss Seafair candidates? Well, the best advice I can give to you, future Miss Seafairs, is to really just be yourself and be true to yourself. Because when you're trying to be someone else, it really doesn't come off as genuine, and it's really not you. So definitely be true to who you are, whoever that is, and own it. Have confidence and just be comfortable in your own skin. I think that's what I admire from others as well. So that's definitely something that I would look up to for my role models. And Casey from Ballard, this is actually the last question. She's asking, what's your favorite Seafair signature event? Well, oh gosh, I mean, all of the events are fantastic. I have a blast at every single one of them, so it's really hard to pick one. But I would have to say Seafair weekend. The hydroplane races, we're going to have the Blue Angels back this year. So that's something I've always looked forward to each year as a child. And getting to experience that as Miss Seafair last year was amazing. So I'm happy to be back to that, to just enjoy it this year. And also, we're actually adding some new elements since it's our 65th anniversary. Our theme is to turn summer up. So we're incorporating music. We're going to actually have a concert Saturday night with a firework display. And so, of course, the Blue Angels will be there every single day to do an air show. The hydroplanes are just fantastic to watch, but we'll also have that concert as well. So definitely stay tuned to hear more details about that and who will be performing. I don't know. It'll be a great surprise. So that's definitely one to look forward to. And again, that is the first weekend in August, so the 1st through the 3rd, I believe. So stay tuned for more information on that. And also, just coming up this week, we have our Seafair Pirates Landing. And if you haven't been to Pirates Landing, I definitely encourage you all to go. Last year, we were able to go as princesses, and what happens is the Seafair Pirates are actually in a boat out in the Puget Sound over at Alki, and they hop out of their boat and come to shore. So it's definitely a unique landing. And let me tell you, it was like a scene from Pirates of the Caribbean. It's truly impressive and very exciting to watch. So they'll be there over at Alki Beach, and that'll be a lot of fun. You can also say hi to all the princesses this year. We will be there, and that will be Saturday, this Saturday. And actually Sunday is also the Pride Parade, so definitely make note of that. Save that in your calendars, because you will see a lot of us around here. We'll be in neon. It'll be fun. So just wrapping up the show, I just want to thank you all for watching and for being here with us this week. Just a reminder to tune in again next Tuesday at 4:30 for our next featured guest. We will get to interview someone special, some Seafair representative, and you never know who it could be. Maybe it's clown, maybe it's pirate, you just never know. So stay tuned, it will be announced on our social media sites. And also, be sure to check out the Seafair Google Plus page for more updates on the festival and the Seafair Summer Talks series throughout this summer. And again, there are 8 episodes, so 7 more to go. I hope to have you there. And again, you can join us. You can Google Hangout with us, so you can actually show up with a video display of yourself and ask questions in person. Or if you're not comfortable with that, you can also type in as well. So definitely add us. And again, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed this first episode of Seafair Summer Talks, and I hope you have an incredible rest of your day. Thanks again. This is Rio Barber, and have a fantastic Seafair summer.